Brilliant. So great. I've got some sound and we're ready to go. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. We're going to look at the elevator pitch builder. My colleague is here with me. She's called Lauren, and she's going to answer any questions you have in the chat box as we go along. So do please ask questions as we go along. And you can see it is fully accessible. We've got the text as well as the slides. So by the end of this webinar, you'll know when and where you can use an elevator pitch and what you need to include within it. An elevator pitch is just an introductory summary about you and your goals. It's one of the most effective methods to promote your personal brand and get listeners wanting to know more. Build your own outstanding pitch quickly and easily. You don't need an elevator. Take any opportunity to make a great first impression. When we meet someone, maybe it's at a networking event or an interview, many of us are uncertain what to say, but it's important to think about this, as each new meeting could be really important to your future. How can you get across neatly and simply who you are, what you do, and what your goal is? The Elevator Pitch Builder takes you through this step by step. I'm going to guide you through the process so you can identify your strengths and create a complete pitch. But before we start, I've got a couple of questions for you. I'm going to put them in the main screen and I'd like you to answer them just now. So let's I've got some marks coming in, but I've got 14 participants and I can see it's going up. So I'll give you just a few seconds to add some more in there. So here we go. I'm going to end the poll. So most of you think you're going to need an elevator pitch, which is good because you're in the right place to learn a bit more about it. So let's have a look at how confident you feel about an elevator pitch. So let me just move that up so you can see it a bit better. So how do you feel about doing an elevator pitch? Is it something that you're worried about or not? Because then we can gauge what you're going to get out of this particular session. Right, so I'm going to end the poll there because it looks like most people have participated. So you can see that most people feel a bit or definitely that they're a little bit worried about it. But it isn't something to worry about if we get some practice in first, and that's what we're here for. So let's go on to the next slide. So the way to find the elevator pitch is here at the careers pages. It's in the popular tools section and you need to click on the elevator pitch builder, which you can see is highlighted here. You can dive right in or you can learn more about each stage. So we've got the elevator pitch to create straight away, or you can learn a bit more. But today we're going to go through step by step to find out why you need to prepare your pitch and then move to putting it into action. So your first step is setting the scene, and it's tell me about yourself. Are you going to say I'm 22? Maybe you are, and finishing my degree this year, which sounds a likely answer, but could it be better? Well, yes, it could, and let's see how. You need to put your answers into a context that helps your listeners see you as a solution for something that's relevant to them. It's best to avoid jargon, acronyms that might not be known to the other party, and to avoid any jokes of questionable nature. But most of all, practice so you sound natural and fluent. You won't be able to take in a post-it note with a text on. So smile, be warm and relaxed, as relaxed as you can be, and then go for it. We'll move on now to creating your pitch and using powerful language to make a really positive impression on your listener. So you need to click through the various stages. I'll leave you to do this in your own time until you reach the beginning page again, which is here. And now you'll be ready to start your pitch. And this is the next stage, and there are some examples to help you get started, and there's a handy list of power words to boost your pitch. So as you can see, this is stage 1, who you are, and have a look at the example to get you started. So take a moment to read it. I won't read it for you. So I hope you had a chance to read that, and you'll see how the speaker sets a scene before identifying how they could help. And there's a handy list of powerful attention-grabbing words to use to optimize your pitch. It maximizes your impact and helps you succeed in making a new contact or a terrific opening statement at your interview. I'm sure you'll want to mention something that you're great at, something creative, something related to your programming skills, or maybe your top-notch communication skills. This is the next stage, and it's about expanding on those skills. And now is not the time to hide your achievements. Be really positive and proud of them. And let's take a moment to read this example. So you can see it really puts them into context of how your listener wants to know more about you. And there's some handy power words that you can use to add impact to your work, to your speech that you've prepared. The next stage is about you and your unique selling points, and it adds some detail. Let's read the example and remember to use those power words to optimize what you want to say. So please read the example just here. It adds some information that's really something that the speaker is proud of and relevant to the listener. The final part is your goals. What do you want to happen next? Be explicit and seek their views. Make it the start of a conversation rather than the end of a speech. Let's take a moment to read the example. So you see, this person has set that scene and made it the start of a conversation. It could lead to a new job, a new business contact, or be the stepping stone to the other person introducing you to someone you have a better match to. So remember, smile and be warm and be fluent. You've established some common ground, identified your strengths, verified your track record, and identified your goal. So what are you waiting for? Get started now. Pop back to Career Edge at the end of this presentation and have a go at setting up your own elevator pitch. You can practice on us in Careers if you'd like to. We'd be happy to hear it. You can make an online appointment or access us in the normal way. But just so I know a little bit more, I'm going to ask you another question. So let me bring that across. Bear with me, it's not cooperating. Right. I've got some questions about your experience of what you've understood on missed out from, so we can make this a little bit better if we need to. Right, well, it looks like most people have given their views, so I'll let you know how it's gone. So that's really great. I'm really pleased that people feel more informed. That's a really good position to be in. If you'd like to practice your pitch, then do come and see us in Careers. We can do online appointments or on the phone. I'm just going to quickly now scan through the chat to see if there's anything that we need to have a look at before we've finished. So it looks like there were some sound issues, but as Lauren says, we have recorded it. It will be live and on the Career Age pages very soon. We might even be able to email, if you email careers, and let me know that you want the recording sent to you directly. Oh, and we have somebody who's applying this as part of a business plan. So how would you apply it to a business? So you would outline what it is you want, what it is your business is doing, what solutions it offers, and presumably then, Amelia, you'll be looking at this as part of the Propeller support programme. If you could give me some information, Amelia, if you're there, brilliant. I can see you doing that. So Amelia's got a final year project. We do have Propeller who are supporting businesses that students are setting up. There are a series of really great webinars that you can do to help your project get going. I'll just have a look to see if I can put that link here for you whilst we're still on the line. I'm just looking at that now. So our colleagues in Propeller are here to help. So I'll write that in the chat box here. There we go. Business Startup Help is at Propeller there. So there we go. What else have we got? Stu has a question. I think that's coming through now. Oh, but let's have a look at Joe's question about PhD proposals. Are there specific tips for that type of pitch? There is a competition at the moment that I have heard of but haven't seen. There's a 3-minute thesis. Bear with me. There's a competition for a 3-minute thesis. Let me see if I can find that for you. Let me have a look. I think a 3-minute thesis will be best looked at the research school. I'm just going to post that in the chat box. There we go. What else do we have here? As a military student with a 10-year military background, should I highlight certain aspects of my military career within the pitch? If they're relevant to the particular scenario, maybe problem solving, teamwork, leadership, things like that, drive, confidence. If they're relevant to the environment, then certainly yes. If they're not relevant to the environment, then no, because it does need to be very much focused on what does the person who is listening to you speaking want to know about you. So you would prioritise exactly what you need your listener to know about you. So yes if it's relevant, no if it's not. Hope that helps you there, Stu. So if there aren't any more questions, we will be signing off now. Thank you very much for your participation. It's been a really great way to connect with you. I'll just wait whilst I can see 2 people typing. Brilliant. So thanks very much, people. We will be making the recording available. And if you want one earlier than it's posted online, then do email careers this morning, careers@uclan.ac.uk, and we will make sure we send that out to you. Great. Thanks for your feedback, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks very much indeed. Bye then.